Yo, what is going on, my dudes? For this video, we're going to be talking about some plans that Jagex has to modernize the hunter skill. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, before we get started, this is all information that's coming from the latest live stream as well as from their blog post on the main RuneScape website. So very big changes are on the way for the hunter skill. Keep in mind that this is actually coming in July, or is aimed for July, so you have about 2 months to enjoy hunter as is before we see these things come into the game. The first and probably most important thing I need to mention is that there's going to be a huge nerf to the XP rates for the skill itself. At the upper level, you're expecting about 1 million or more XP hunting totals. That's aside from like skill boost, double XP weekend, pulse course, those kinds of things. That's your base rates. And they can even skyrocket as high as almost 2 million if you're using tick manipulation methods, which basically Jagex feels is just far too much, and it doesn't allow them any leeway to add to the skill unless they push that limit even higher, which is astronomical in terms of XP per hour. So that's exactly why they plan on nerfing the rates. It's going to be a massive nerf, so keep that in mind. If you want to train hunter in these 2 months beforehand and get your 99s, your 120s, your 200 mils out of the way, I would recommend doing so, because they aim for the upper level of hunter XP rates per hour to be all the way down to 550k per hour ish, which is about a fourth of the current XP per hour if you're using tick manipulation methods. So very big change. That's probably the most upsetting about this update, so I thought I'd get that out of the way first. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think the XP rates are far more than they need to be right now? Do you think Jagex waited way too long and we're used to these rates and they shouldn't change it? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, I want to talk about a change to the Crystalized Spell. That is attributing to a large portion of the skyrocketing of XP rates, so that is actually going to be changed. Instead of crystallizing a trap that has already caught a creature, the way it'll work now is you'll crystallize a trap that has yet to catch a creature, and it will automatically reset itself and release the creature once it's caught one for the duration that it remains crystallized. So in a way, it will act as like a Protean trap that you don't have to auto deploy yourself, or your character won't have to, manually walk up to it to redeploy. It'll automatically reset itself after it's caught a creature and give you the associated XP. On top of this, they're completely removing the tick manipulation methods that we currently see in game. It is considered by Jagex a bug that's been in the game for far too long. To compensate for this, however, the Elite Trapper outfit will have an increased chance to deploy or pick up your traps instantly. Speaking of the Elite Trapper outfit, it will also be coming with this update in July, in terms of a means to get it within the game through normal gameplay, much like we've seen with other elite outfits through the invention skill. Other boosts that are being changed with this update: the enhanced Jagex Twee Stick will be dropped down to 2% XP boost instead of the 5% it currently is, and its 5% chance to get extra charm sprites will be increased to 20%, so that's a little bit of a buff, and it can now be worn when barehanded catching for butterflies. They are looking to rework the Hunter Skill Cape perk, but they do not have any set idea of what they want to do for that. Do give your feedback to Jagex if you have any ideas. Next up, I want to move on to some other Hunter changes. First off, barehanded butterflies are going to be a more AFK friendly method to train this skill. They're going to offer better XP rates than they currently do, and it's going to be something akin to like Prif thieving, where you click on the butterfly, your character will continuously hunt for it. Once it catches it, it will release it, but then it will continue to catch the butterfly once again. After so many catches this way, the butterfly will eventually disappear. They say about 90 seconds or so, and then you'll have to hunt yourself a different butterfly. But again, like I said, this sounds to me something akin to Prif thieving just for the hunter skill if you want to take that AFK route, which is nice. On top of this, they're adding an entirely new hunter method with this update. This is going to be a pretty click intensive method that will give PVM style drops, so expect it to be pretty rewarding. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with this. They've been very shy about telling us any real details on it, so I guess we're going to have to wait and see as time goes on and it gets closer to the update as to what exactly this new method is, how it operates, and what it's going to offer for the skill as a whole. Moving on, I want to close out with some quality of life updates that are going to affect the entirety of the skill across the board pretty much. So 2 traps will be able to be used from level 1. You'll be able to access 3 traps at level 30, and 4 and 5 traps will remain at level 60 and 80 respectively. It's just allow earlier hunter more access to those traps. Also, when you're collecting from any trap that has caught a monster, your character will automatically walk onto the square and then collect it instead of walking to the one adjacent to it. And any fallen over traps will have the left click option to lay them again instead of pick up. In terms of butterflies, the click box has been increased. The physical size of the butterflies have been bigger as well to make them easier to see. The Sapphire Glacialists will be blue to help differentiate from the Snowy Knights. Agility level will actually affect your success rate for butterflies, and several more. Salamanders, the click box for the tree has been increased. They have a release all option. More black salamanders are added to the wilderness, and there will be a new high level yellow salamander in game. Keep in mind this salamander does not have an actual object you collect. It's auto released as soon as you caught it. So there's no new ranged weapon with no new tar ammo. Couple of changes to Herblore Habitat, mainly functionality like stopping the player from freezing at certain points and allowing Jagex to pass through players. But they've also done things like declutter the southern area with all the foliage to make it a little more competitive in terms of your box trapping in that area as opposed to the north area, which is far superior as it currently stands. So we'll see that south area be much more useful. They've also moved around the spawns in the falconry area and added more kebits to make that more enjoyable. And that's not all. I will have a link to the blog that will go into greater detail on everything discussed in this video if you want to check that out for yourself. It is a good read and worth checking out, so please do so if you have the time. With that, I'm gonna wrap up the video. Let me know what you guys think about this entire update once again, and this is coming in July, just to let you know one final time. If you're not happy with the XP rate change, now is your chance to get those levels that you want. You got 2 months. So with that, I guess I'll wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Peace.